What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jordan here from Airfairgaming, coming at you with another deck profile. Power of the Elements privilege just happened, and my boy Mike here, he's been waiting for this for a long time, man. He is going to show his Exosister deck that he's going to be playing for the POTE format. So, you have any shout outs or anything?
Shout out to you both for doing these deck profiles at Vortex all the time. Shout out to my boy Sean for always, hooking me up with some cards if I need them.
All right, let's do this.
Let's go.
All right, so main starters. 3 Marthas. Absolutely need this card. This card is what actually makes this deck now playable at like a competitive level. Absolutely mandatory. 3 Elise. Obviously, it's one of the best follow-ups in the deck, and it also special summons off of Martha, so you definitely need 3 of those. This is where kind of some ratios you could see a little bit different. I'm playing 3 Stella. Some people will play 2. I choose to play 3 because it is a special summon. If you normal it, you can special summon another sister from your hand, so I am choosing to play 3. Ideally, you always want to see a sister card.
So you can get away with playing 2, pretty much.
Yeah, you could get away with playing 2, although I find having 3 and being able to...
More consistency?
Yeah, draw into your sister card is going to be what you want.
All right.
I'm playing 2 Sophia and 1 Irene. Irene is probably the worst sister of the deck. She lets you send 1 from your hand to draw 1, where Sophia is just a straight draw 1 off the top of the deck. So this ratio I think is fine. You need to have at least 1 for Vadis to resolve.
How come 2 for the other girl?
For Sophia, just simply because all she can do is normal and draw you a card if you control a sister.
Okay.
So it's just a good follow-up. If you have like Stella, you can special Sophia.
And I believe that all the sisters are level 4s?
All are level 4s.
Okay.
With Martha finally being 1600 attack. So against certain decks like Flunder, we can now actually beat over the wind barrier.
Yeah, there we go.
For hand traps, I'm playing 3 Ash,
Okay.
3 D Shifter,
Oh my.
and 2 Crow. So Ash is just generic.
Yeah.
It's really good in this format. It's just a good hand trap. D Shifter is going to shut down a lot of decks, especially like Splight, Frogs.
Yep.
And everything Tier Elements is just going to die to D Shifter. And then DD Crow I chose to play. Unlike these other sisters, these say if your opponent moves a monster or a card from the graveyard, you can XZ summon. Where Martha says if any card is moved. So that's why I'm choosing to play DD Crow. This way, if I have no follow-up, I can at least have Martha and then DD Crow something to go into an XZ.
All right.
So that is something.
So how come not 3 DD Crows if you're playing 3 other hand traps?
Again, it's not something you really want to draw into. Okay. Ideally, you're going to want to just rip your sister cards off the top and go. But it is a option if you have nothing else.
Would you rather play like 3 DD Crows and 2 Shifters, or would you just rather just want to play only 3
I don't
shifters?
care about my graveyard where the other decks in the format really do.
Makes sense, makes sense.
So one of your other best starter cards is going to be Pax.
Look at that. The collector rare,
The CR.
Got
This
the CR
man's
core.
fully rarity.
Yeah,
I bought.
Well, he needs packs.
Oh, yeah.
No, I need.
Starlight.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Martha. Sorry, my
Yep.
bad.
So I got all the CRs when they were only $30, so I feel good about it.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Great steal, a lifetime, man.
Oh yeah. So playing 3 packs, best opener in the game. Ideally, if you open a Martha and this, you're just getting full combo. You can set up a really nice board. I'm choosing to play 2 Armament. I'm playing. So this lets you. Basically, you just flip this and you can XZ summon one of your sister cards.
Oh, right away.
With a card that you don't currently control. So
that's cool.
If you go draw phase, let's say I know I'm playing against Tier Elements, I'll go draw phase, flip Vadis, special summon 2, and then when they move to standby, I'll flip standby, target one of my sisters, XZ into Asafiel, which says you can't activate card effects in the graveyard. It's an Abyss Dweller.
Oh, okay.
And then this is one that a lot of people aren't playing, but I'm trying it at 1, which is Carpe Divum. And the reason I'm playing this at 1, it's really not an amazing card. However, it is a in-engine prohibition. So if I do open up with these two, or I open up with whatever other cards I need to get out my full combo, and I go Michaelis, I can at least search this out. So then on your turn, let's say you're playing Splight, I can, and I Exi summon, I'll just declare Splight. You can't use Gigantic Splight, which is going to really hurt the deck. So it's something that I'm going to be trying. So that's it for the sister spell cards. For the rest of the spells, one called by. I think everybody knows why it's one of the best. I'm playing one D Fisher.
Oh, Jesus.
Because if I could play them at 3, I would. Again, sisters don't need their graveyard, and ideally, I just want to prevent you from using yours.
How come the sisters don't need their graveyards?
They have no graveyard effects. Zero graveyard effects, so I'm just going to try to prevent you from playing as much as I can.
But is there a way to get them back that they were banished?
No.
No? Okay.
Nope.
So you're kind of just going all in.
Even if they go to the grave, the only way to bring them out is with Monster Reborn anyways, so there's no real point. For going second, I am running Dark Ruler.
Rulers.
I just think it's... we're going to need something. This deck going up against a bunch of negates is quite problematic, so having at least something there to help kind of get the ball going is what we needed. So I'm choosing to play 3 Dark Rulers.
So, like, real quick, so to the people who don't even know much about this deck, is this more of like a going first or going second kind of deck?
I was about to ask that question.
Ideally, you want to go first with this deck so that you can set up 4 banishes, and then if you can bring out Vadis and bring out even more monsters. So the deck has a lot of great control utility, especially in this format. It's more of a format-dependent deck, so a format where there's a lot of graveyard interactions is where this deck is going to thrive, and that's why this format is this deck is being looked at.
Makes sense.
Okay.
For consistency as well, I'm playing 3 Prosperity. You really want to open Martha or Pax. So
you're just waiting for the third one to come in?
No, I have them. I have everything I need. Oh no, for Prosperity, I see. So I'm only playing 2 Prosperity for now. I might up it to 3. I'm just for consistency, but it's just to kind of see how the format's going to go. So far, I really haven't had too many dead hands with the build that I'm running.
Cool.
So this just helps out. For the trap cards, 3 of the new Rutania, 2 Vadis, and then 2 Gozens.
Kind of crazy because I started noticing that all the Exosisters, where they pay the cost, it's always 800 life points.
Correct.
It's kind of funny.
So all the spell and trap cards are going to pay 800, where the monsters, when you special summon them out, you're going to gain 800.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they kind of have that little bit of a balance.
So there's a neutral pay, pretty much.
Yes, and Gozen I think is just going to be one of the best in the format. This hits Splight really hard. Since all their monsters are fires, dark, water, especially if you're playing the frog version. And then
doesn't even need to be a frog version, it's just all sprites.
Just it in general. Vadis, this special summons out 2 sisters that mention each other by name, and they do that in card text. Like Sophia mentions Irene, Stella mentions Elise. So you would special summon out 2 of those. And ideally, you want to wait for your opponent to say, okay, use this effect to summon this back. You would chain this, and then once that moves out of the graveyard, then you can XZ off.
Yeah.
And we'll show you those XZs here in a second. This is a insanely broken card. It is a non-target banish and a targeting banish.
Oh.
How is it targeting
So how's the sequence work for that?
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how does it target and do a non-target?
So I'll show you, if you guys want, once we finish the profile, I'll kind of show you a little interaction you can do.
Combos.
That's fine.
Yep.
Combo video too, let's go.
Oh, wow.
So that's it for the main deck. It's 40 cards in the main.
Cool.
Okay.
Well,
For-
41 if you want to play 1 extra Prosperity, right?
Correct,
Yeah.
but I would probably cut
Something else.
something,
just to
maybe
have
the
that
Carpet Divum.
Okay.
So for the extra deck, I'm playing 2 Magnifica. That is all you need. I thought about 3, but it's just too much.
So it needs to be Starlights to max it out.
Soon. I hope.
Working on it.
3 Michaelis.
This
CR.
CR.
You need it at 3. There's just no question.
Yeah.
Caspatel, I believe 2 is the correct ratio. It lets you search any monster. So ideally, if you have Pax and Martha in hand, you got full combo. You're getting Magnifica turn 1, which is an insane card. I believe for this format, having 2 as a feel is correct. It's the Abyss Dweller for the deck. I think you just need it. Jabreen, she's alright. She's a quick effect negate, but ideally you're going to be summoning this when you go for game, because this plus Magnifica is OTK. It's full damage because she can attack twice per turn.
That's crazy.
She boosts everybody by 800.
800, just like how you pay 800.
She's already 2,800.
Everything's 800 now these days.
Yeah. So this is that's the Exosister lineup.
Nice.
Very low.
For the rest of them, I'm playing 1 Abyss Dweller, and this is only for when you open up Nutty, where you can get Magnifica plus an additional XZ. I think having Abyss Dweller is just like the go-to. Because if I can have Magnifica with Rutania and Abyss Dweller, and you're playing Tier Elements, GG.
So does any of the Exosisters, does any of them locks you into them, or no?
Oh, lock them into Exosisters only.
Only Martha.
Martha?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it just depends on how you open up, right?
All right.
But if you only open up,
Martha.
not even. If you only open up like Sophia and Stella, let's say, and that's all you can do is make 1 XZ, but you have all your trap cards, you have Vadis and you have Rutania,
Yeah.
I'm just going to make an Abyss Dweller, because there's no reason for me to try to search for something I don't need.
Plus he gains an extra 500 attack.
That's right. Zeus, it's an XZ deck. Why wouldn't you run at least 1 Zeus? So that's it for the
So no
XZs.
Downer Magician.
No. Because you need level 3 or lower. These are all level 4s.
Oh, right. I thought it was higher than that.
And then
My bad.
I'm just choosing to play
Link Climb.
Link Climb. Lina, she's a good
Yeah.
for the deck, all light. And then all of your main monsters are spellcasters, so you can bring any of them back. And then access code. This way, if you do get debarriered, I at least have some type of play.
Yeah.
All right,
So that's why I chose
So
to
pretty much
play
you can only
those.
like pop once per turn because you only play 1 attribute.
Yeah, everything in the deck is light.
Well, technically 2 because you can banish your own access code to pop too.
Yeah.
Funny thing.
Alright.
And then for the side deck, this could
Personal
change.
side deck.
Very
Yeah.
experimental.
This is just kind of what I'm going to be trying through the format, and it's going to be 1 Duster.
Yeah. You know how it works.
Yep, 3 Cosmic, just in case you come up against like...
So we hate Mystic Mine.
Yeah,
Right,
some Mystic Mine or
Back row
some
hate,
other,
man.
some other, weirdos.
Yeah.
I'm one of those weirdos.
Gravekeepers.
3 Cherry, a gigantic,
What
and a Split Elf.
the hell? Are you
Wait a
really
minute.
that afraid of sprites?
No, I just want to make sure you don't have fun.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
I'm one of those people. So I think this is gonna hit everything. Tier Elements, I'm not really worried about as much as Splight. Where if I have this against Splight and I can cherries out your gigantic or your elf, you're gonna have a rough time.
What would you side in if you want to side these 2 in?
So what would I take out? I would take out Celine and access code for the extra decks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
And then
makes
I would
sense.
probably just drop my Ash for the cherries.
Okay, cool.
Way more.
Because I don't really need these. These are just kind
Nice.
of extras.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's what I'm running for
Spicy.
Splight. This is kind of more for Fluanderies.
Yeah.
And it's good generically against other things if I needed to.
I feel like Droll is gonna come back for this
Yeah,
upcoming
I think
meta.
Drill is just good to have around. I don't think it's good enough in the main deck, but I do think that it's
Great side
viable.
deck.
And then I'm running.
Tribute hate. Got
Yep, I'm running 1 Sphere and 2 Golems.
Okay,
Just
cool,
to help break boards going second even more.
Nice.
Alright. So you wanna?
Before I say anything, any suggestions of playing a deck if anybody wants to try it out?
I would say just give it a shot. There's definitely a learning curve, and don't expect it to be like it can be an OTK, and it is an OTK style deck, but in this format, think of it more of a control style deck, especially when you're playing with Splight and Tier Elements, which we know are probably going to be very dominant. Consider this deck more of a control variant deck.
Anti-metal control.
Yeah. So if you can run D-Shifter in your deck, this deck can do it, run it, you know?
Okay.
It can run D-Fisher, so that's why I'm running the 1, so I at least have 4 cards that can...
That banishes
Yeah.
all that, yeah.
So...
All right. Well, appreciate the deck profile, Mike.
No problem.
Hopefully, seeing some top deck profiles.
Absolutely, and if you guys want, I can show you a quick little interaction.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to
Okay.
call it here.
You're gonna
So
call it?
I hope
Okay.
you like, subscribe, and share it. And go to airfairgaming to see the combos. See y'all next time. See ya.